Good morning, children. In the last class, we discussed about the author Oscar Wilde and a few paragraphs from the story The Happy Prince. Hope you all have gone through it. Yes? Did you get time to read through the chapter, the story?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Any doubts? Any
No,
doubts
ma'am.
with regard to the previous
No,
portion?
ma'am.
Okay. I have sent a few questions based on the portion that we did. Did you all complete? Have you all written the answers to it?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you? I'm not getting any reply, which means all of you have not written, right? Okay. Anyway, to check whether you have understood or not, let me ask you a few questions. Badra, first question is to you. Describe the statue of the Happy Prince. Describe the statue of the Happy Prince.
He was gilded over with thin leaves of gold, and his eyes were two sapphires, and
No, don't look at the text.
and a large red ruby glowed on his sword.
All right. Adide, where was the statue situated?
High above the city.
Yes, the statue was situated high above the city on a tall column, and it was gilded all over with gold, and the statue had two sapphire eyes, and a red ruby glowed on the hilt of the sword. Okay. Anjita, what do you mean by hilt? The sword hilt. What do you mean by hilt? Anjita?
Hilt means
Mm.
the handle of
Yes,
the
hilt
sword.
means the handle of the sword. Okay. Hey, Steve, next question is to you. Where was the swallow migrating to? Hey, Steve, where was the swallow migrating to? Hey, Steve, can you hear me? No response. Savio? Where was the swallow migrating to? Speak loudly, I can't hear you. Yes, I saw your lips moving, but I'm not able to hear you. Yes, swallow was migrating to Egypt. Okay, next question is to Rizwan. Where shall I put up? Who is the speaker and what is he referring to? Rizwan? Children, am I audible? Can you all hear me properly?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Rizwan, answer to my question. Where shall I put up? Who is the speaker and what is he referring to? No response from Rizwan. Melvin? Yes, give me the answer.
Yes, ma'am. It is said by the Happy Prince.
Think properly. Where shall I put up? Who is the speaker? What is he referring to? Is that dialogue said by Happy Prince?
In the textbook, it is said the he.
He. So he is referred to? It's not necessary that only Happy Prince is referred to as he. You have to go through the textbook properly. Aditya Nair? Aditya, give me the answer. Where shall I put up?
Sparrows.
Yes, the swallow is the speaker.
Sparrows.
What is he referring to?
Swallow.
What is swallow referring
He's
to?
referring to the
No,
place
don't
he
look into
can
the text.
sleep.
Don't look into the text. Without looking, you give me
He's
that.
referring to a place where he can sleep.
Yes, he is referring to the place where he can take rest. Adil? Adil, next question is to you. I have a golden bedroom, he said softly to himself. What is the swallow referring to? I have a golden bedroom. Did swallow find a suitable place to take rest?
Yeah.
Adil, make it fast, don't waste time. I think Adil has got a poor connectivity. I'm not able to hear you, Adil. Vishnupriya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, give me the answer. I have a golden bedroom. He whispered softly to himself.
Golden bed.
Golden
The
bedroom.
statue.
Yes, golden bedroom refers to the
The
statue of the
statue.
happy prince. Okay. Next question. Emil. Though the swallow alighted between the feet of the happy prince, why was he determined to fly away? Though the swallow alighted between the happy prince, between the feet of the happy prince, why was he determined to fly away? Emil, question is to you. Unmute. No response from Emil. Rose.
Because his friends migrated to Egypt.
Because his friends have already reached Egypt? No, that is not the answer. Adidev?
Because 2 drops fell on his.
Yes. When swallow was about to put his head under the wings, drops of water fell on his body, and when he looked up, he did not find any clouds, and he
It was
thought to
clear
himself,
sky and stars.
yes, if the statue cannot keep off the rain, what is the point in finding a shelter under it? So the swallow was determined to fly away. Okay, next question is to Pratyush. Pratyush, switch on your camera. Pratyush, are you there? Nirupama?
Yes, ma'am.
Next question is to you. When swallow looked up, what did he see?
He saw tears coming out from the statue.
Yes, he saw tears coming out of the prince's eyes. Okay. Next question is to Arjun. State the reason for the prince's tears. Arjun, what explanation did the happy prince give to swallow for his tears? Where are you, Arjun? I can't see you.
I am here. When he was alive, he was so happy.
Yes.
Tears were not allowed in that kingdom.
Mm.
So is he happy?
Okay.
He died like that happily. Then he saw many. He saw many
Without looking
ugliness.
into the text, give me the answer.
He saw many ugliness and misery in the city.
How come did he see all the ugliness of the city?
When he was statue, when he died, the kingdom keep a
After his
statue
death,
of the
a big statue was built and it was kept high above the city on a tall column. And then he could see all the ugliness.
Ugliness and misery of the city.
Misery of the city. Okay. Rifa? Rifa?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Summarize the previous portion.
The story is till how much we learned. It is about who comes he is going to another place, but to rest himself, he is finding shelter under a statue of a prince, and the statue is of the happy prince. So once this bird is settled under the almost near its feet, the swallow sees or feels some water droplets on him. Then first he don't understand from where the water is coming. He thinks that it is the rain, but then he realizes that it is actually the tears that's rolling down from the eyes of happy prince. And then when the swallow asks him the reason, he says that when he was a prince, he was really happy with all the luxuries and all. But once he is dead, he is put up there as a statue, and now he is seeing a lot of misery and what people is suffering from all over his kingdom.
All right. So that is where we stopped in the last class. Okay, take out your textbook, page number 29. So Happy Prince is a story written by Oscar Wilde where we find a beautiful friendship between the statue of the Happy Prince and the swallow. Okay, the prince's statue was set high above the city on a tall column, and he was gilded all over with fine sheets of gold and two sapphire eyes, and a red ruby was there on the hilt of his sword. One day, a swallow happened to flew across the city, and when it was night, he thought of taking rest between the feet of the Happy Prince. He was migrating to Egypt, in fact, but as it became late, he thought he would alight between the feet of the Happy Prince just for the night. And then when Swallow was about to take rest, when he put his head under the wings, he experienced something strange. That was a drop of water was falling on his body. And when he looked up at the sky, it was so strange that there were not even a single cloud on the sky, and he felt it very strange. How come it rains? And the swallow was determined to fly. And when he looked up, he saw that the tears were coming out of the prince's eyes. And when the swallow asked for the reason, the prince started explaining the reason for his tears, that when he was alive, he never experienced any sorrow. He did not know what tears were. He had a very luxurious life inside the palace, and a big wall separated the people in the palace and the outside world. But after his death, a huge statue was put up high above the city, and now he could see all the miseries and difficulties and ugliness of the city, and that is the reason why he was crying. Okay, so that is where we stopped in the last class. We'll continue. Page number 29. What, is he not solid gold? Said the swallow to himself. He was too polite to make any personal remarks. Far away, continued the statue in a low musical voice. Far away in a little street, there is a poor house. One of the windows is open, and through it I can see a woman seated at a table. Her face is thin and worn, and she has coarse red hands all pricked by the needle, for she is a seamstress. She is embroidering flowers on a satin gown for the loveliest of the queen's maids of honor to wear at the next court ball. In a bed in the corner of the room, her little boy is lying ill. He has a fever and is asking his mother to give him oranges. His mother has nothing to give him but river water, so he is crying. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby out of my sword hilt? My feet are fastened to this pedestal and I cannot move. So we find that the swallow starts to act as a messenger of the Happy Prince. The Happy Prince was not able to control tears coming out of his eyes after seeing all the miseries of the people in the city. The people were going through extreme poverty, and they did not have any way to make their livelihood. So we find that the prince has noticed a woman who was a seamstress. What do you mean by seamstress? Seamstress? Hadi, any idea what is seamstress? Hadi, Amin?
Yes, ma'am.
Seamstress, what do you mean by seamstress? Seamstress is a woman who weaves or stitches cloth. Okay, seamstress is a woman who weaves or stitches cloth. So far away in the poor house, the Happy Prince found a woman who was thin and worn. The lady was so thin, and her hands was coarse and red. Coarse means rough. Her hands have become rough and red in color because frequently her hands were pricked by the needle. She has been working from morning till night, but she was not able to make a proper living. She's embroidering flowers on a satin gown for the loveliest of the queen's maid of honor. So what was the work that she was doing? She was embroidering beautiful flowers on a satin gown. And for whom she was doing that? She was beautifully decorating the satin gown with flowers for the queen's maid. Okay, the queen's maid. And she had to perform a dance the next day. So for that, the lady was embroidering beautiful flowers on the satin gown. In a bed in the corner of the room, her little boy is lying ill. So that is the saddest part. The boy, the child of the woman, was lying ill due to fever, and he is crying out to his mother asking for oranges. But this poor lady did not have anything else to give him except the river water. Okay, so that shows a poor condition of the family. The mother has become tired working from morning till evening, and her son is ill due to fever, and she does not have any oranges to give him. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the red ruby out of my sword hilt? My feet are fastened to this pedestal and I cannot move. Pedestal means the base of an upright structure. When we learned the poem Ozymandias last year, we came across the same thing. The words were written on the pedestal. Do you remember that? What was written on the pedestal of the statue of the Ozymandias?
Here lies Ozymandias, king of kings.
Yes. My
Look
name
at
is
my words, ye
Ozymandias.
mighty
Yes,
and
yes.
fair.
Very good. Who gave me that answer?
Muhammad Aman.
Muhammad Aman. Wonderful, Aman. My name is Ozymandias, king of kings. Look at my works here, mighty and despair. Yes. So the words were written on the pedestal. Pedestal means the upright, the base of an upright structure. So the statue of the happy prince cries out to Swallow, my dear little Swallow, please take out the red ruby from the hilt of my sword and give it to the woman, give it to the seamstress, so that she can buy oranges and food and medicine to her son. I'm waited for in Egypt, said the swallow. My friends are flying up and down the Nile and talking to the large lotus flowers. Soon they will go to sleep. So initially we find that the swallow was not ready to help the happy prince. He was in a hurry to go to Egypt because his friends had already reached there, and just for a time of night, he thought of spending between the feet of the happy prince. Okay, so then he tells happy prince, no, I cannot stay here for so long. I have to reach Egypt. My friends are already there. They'll be flying up and down the Nile. Nile means Nile River. Okay, Nile River in Egypt. And talking to the large lotus flowers, soon they will go to sleep. The prince asked the swallow to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. So the first request made by the happy prince was to give the red ruby to the woman who is a seamstress. The boy is so thirsty and the mother so sad, he said. I don't think I like boys, answered the swallow. I want to go to Egypt. So the swallow is so determined that he has to go to Egypt, and he is reluctant to help initially. But the happy prince looked so sad that the little swallow was sorry. It was very cold here, he said, but he agreed to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. So the swallow was migrating to Egypt only because he wanted to have a good climate. In Egypt, the climate is warm, but here it is becoming cold and cold. So the swallow wanted to reach Egypt as early as possible. But then, after the repeated request of the prince, the swallow decides to stay with him and be his messenger. Thank you, little swallow, said the prince. The swallow picked out the great ruby from the prince's sword and flew away with it in his beak over the roofs of the town. He passed by the cathedral tower, where the white marble angels were sculptured. He passed by the palace and heard the sound of the dancing. A beautiful girl came out on the balcony with her lover. So what image comes to your mind when you read this sentence? He passed by the palace and heard the sound of dancing. What image does it brings into your mind? When you hear the word music and dance? Yes? Does it makes you sad or happy? What kind of image comes to your mind? Come on. Nothing comes to your mind when you hear the word music and yes, enjoyment. Yes, a merry mood. So we find that the people in the palace, they were celebrating. They were enjoying to the fullest. And the swallow is witnessing everything. On one side, we find people who belong to the rich category. On the other side, we find ordinary people who are struggling, who are battling with their difficult times. He passed by the palace and heard the sound of dancing. A beautiful girl came out on the balcony with her lover. Who could be this beautiful girl? Any guess?
Maid.
Yes, very good. Maid, queen's maid. Okay, the beautiful girl referred here is queen's maid. She came out on the balcony with her lover. And look at the words that she speaks to her lover. I hope my dress will be ready in time for the state ball. So the very next day she has to perform a dance, and for that she has given her satin gown to whom? Satin gown has been given to
Seamstress.
seamstress. Seamstress is supposed to embroider beautiful flowers on her satin gown. So that is what she's talking about to her lover. I hope my dress will be ready in time for the state ball, she said. I have ordered flowers to be embroidered on it. But the seamstresses are so lazy. Surya, do you think that the seamstresses are so lazy? Surya, unmute and respond quickly.
Due to network connection, I was not able to attend the class between.
All right. So who will answer to me? John Samuel? Yes? Your camera is off. Switch it on fast and answer to my question. John, Afsana, Rufa, Savio, all cameras are off. Children, if your cameras are not on, how will I know that you are attending the class? How will I know that you are there? Audio is muted? Okay, that I can understand. But then you are not visible for me. I have to see you in front of me. Okay, Melvin, tell me. Do you think that the seamstresses are so lazy?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, they are lazy. How do you know?
They will have many work.
So that it means that they are lazy?
Not lazy. It will be hard for them to do many works.
Yes. If they have a lot of work, they will find it difficult to complete one particular work within a time. John Samuel, do you agree with the statement of the beautiful girl? The beautiful girl, the queen's maid, tells that the seamstresses are so lazy. Why does she say so? John? Aman, what about you? Aman, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Then give me the answer.
No, they are not lazy.
They are not lazy. Okay, I agree to the statement. How do you know that they are not lazy?
They have so much work to do, and they have to make their living.
Okay. And what is the reason why the maid's honor told that she is lazy? Seamstresses are lazy. The maids of honor, a queen's maid, speaks to her lover that the seamstresses are lazy. Why? What is the reason?
Because she couldn't do the work on time.
It's not because she cannot do the work on time. It's because the beautiful lady fails to understand the situation, the reality. Okay, we find that the seamstress is very thin. Her hands have become hard and red. And she does not have even good food to give to her son who is ill. So the rich people fails to understand the poor ones. That is the reality. And that is why the lady, the beautiful lady in the palace, speaks to her lover that the seamstresses are so lazy. Actually, they are not lazy. They are working from morning till evening. They are trying their hard to finish off their work, but lack of proper food and good atmosphere make them fail to complete their work within time. He passed over the river and saw the lanterns hanging on the mast of the ships. At last he came to the poor woman's house and looked in. The boy was tossing feverishly on his bed, and the mother had fallen asleep. She was so tired, and he hoped and laid the great ruby on the table beside the woman's thimble. Then he flew gently round the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. How cool I feel, said the boy. I must be getting better. And he slank into a delicious slumber. So the swallow passed over the river, he passed over the palace, he passed over the cathedral tower, and he saw the lanterns hanging on the mast of the ship. Mast means a tall, upright post, which is kept in the front part of the ship. He saw the lanterns hanging over the ships, and finally he came to the poor woman's house. And when he reached the house, he found that the woman fell asleep. The woman was sleeping. She was not lazy, in fact, but she was too tired to remain awake. Okay, so she was sleeping out of tiredness, and the boy was tossing feverishly on his bed. He hoped and he laid the great ruby on the table beside the woman's thimble. What do you mean by thimble? Thimble means a cover or a cap worn on the finger while sewing. Okay, while stitching. Thimble is a cover or a cap worn on the finger while stitching. Then he flew gently round the bed. So now we find that how Swallow comforts the little boy. The boy was shivering with fever, and we find that the little swallow comforts the boy by fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. And the boy felt that he was getting better, and soon he sank into delicious slumber. Slumber means sleep. I hope you are noting down the meanings of the words which you are not familiar with. Then the swallow flew back to the happy prince and told him what he had done. It is curious, he remarked, but I feel. Surya, look into the textbook. Do you have the textbook, Surya?
Yes, ma'am.
When I read, look into the text. Don't look here and there. It is curious, he remarked, but I feel quite warm now, although it is so cold. So the climate is so cold, but still the swallow feels warm. What is the reason? What is the reason why swallow was feeling so warm, though the climate was cold?
He was feeling so good.
Yes, he felt so good about himself because he has done something great. That is because you have done a good action, said the prince. And the little swallow began to think and then fell asleep. Thinking always made him sleepy. So we find that the first help done by the swallow was that, as per the prince's request, he took the red ruby from the hilt of the sword and he gave it to the seamstress whose son was ill due to fever. When day broke, he flew down to the river and had a bath. Tonight I go to Egypt, said the swallow, and he was in high spirits at the prospect. He visited all the monuments and sat a long time on top of the church steeple. Steeple means the tower of the church. So the next day, Swallow was determined to go to Egypt. He did not have any intention to remain with the happy prince. So he went to the river, had a good bath, and then he visited all the monuments. And when it was night, he came back to Happy Prince to say goodbye. When the moon rose, he flew back to the Happy Prince. Have you any commissions for Egypt? He cried. I'm just starting. Commission means command to act. Commands to act in a prescribed manner. So the swallow asked, do you have any commands to make in Egypt? I'm going tonight. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince. Will you stay with me one night longer? So now again the prince is making a request. Swallow, my dear swallow, will you stay with me for one more night? I'm waited for in Egypt, answered the swallow. So the swallow was so eager to go to Egypt because his friends are waiting for him there. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince. Far away across the city, I see a young man in a garret. He is leaning over a desk covered with papers, and in the glass by his side there is a bunch of withered violets. His hair is brown and crisp, and his lips are red as pomegranate, and he has large and dreamy eyes. He is trying to finish a play for the director of the theatre, but he's too cold to write any more. There is no fire in the grate, and the hunger has made him faint. So now the second person to be helped by the happy prince and the swallow was, who is the person? The first one was the seamstress. The second one was Meghna. Meghna, any idea? Who's the second person?
Young man.
Young man, what could be his profession? He's trying to finish a play for the director of the theater. So who could be? What will be his profession? He is a playwright. Okay. Not playwriter, playwright. Playwright. You won't say as playwriter, but playwright. Okay, and the spelling is Playwyght. So the second person who is helped by the Happy Prince and the Swallow is a playwright. Far away across the city, I see a young man in a garret. Garret means unfinished part of a house just under the roof. Garret, unfinished part of a house just under the roof. So he could see a young man in a garret. He's leaning over a desk with papers. So many papers are scattered on the desk, and he is leaning on the desk. And in the glass by his side, there is a bunch of withered violets. Glass, that means maybe a flower vase. And it consists of a bunch of withered violets. Withered means dried. And violets are the flowers. It's a kind of flowers, violets. So that shows that, again, another scene of poverty. There is a flower vase on top of the table with a bunch of dried flowers. His hair is brown and crisp, and his lips are red as pomegranate, and he has a large and dreamy eyes. That is how the Happy Prince described the playwright. He's trying to finish a play for the director of the theater. He's a playwright, but he's too cold to write anymore. So the climate is so cold, and he's not able to withstand with the cold, as he did not have fire in the grate. Grate means fireplace. You might have seen in English movies an enclosed structure, furnace, where the wood are kept and burned in order to make the people warm. Yes, grate means a fireplace. There is no fire in the grate, and hunger has made him faint. He has become too tired, as he did not have proper food, and he is not able to complete his play because the climate is so cold. I will wait with you one night longer, said the Swallow, who really had a good heart. He asked if he should take another ruby to the young playwright. So now the Swallow understood the situation, and he tells Happy Prince, okay, I can wait with you for one more night. Shall I take a red ruby and give it to the playwright? Alas, I have no ruby now, said the prince. My eyes are all that I have left. They are made of rare sapphire. Sapphire is a blue, precious gemstone. The prince's eyes were made of beautiful sapphires that has been brought from India 1,000 years ago. So the prince tells Swallow, no, I don't have a red ruby with me, but I have 2 sapphire eyes. It is very precious and it is expensive. He ordered Swallow to pluck out one of them and take it to the playwright. He will sell it to the jeweler and buy firewood and finish his play, he said. So the second request, or the second order by the Happy Prince, was to pluck out one of his sapphire eyes and give it to the playwright. And we find that the Swallow refuses. Dear Prince, said the Swallow, I can't do that. He began to weep. Okay, so we find that the Happy Prince makes another request to Swallow to pluck out the second eye, that is a sapphire, and give it to the playwright, but we find that the Swallow refuses to do that. I hope the session is clear to you. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts
Yes,
with
ma'am.
regard to the portion that
No,
we have
ma'am.
completed?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so please go to the text. I'll be sending you the questions based on today's portion. Okay? I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all.
Thanks, ma'am.
Okay.
Shall I wind up?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.